Welcome to the Geek and I podcast, part of the Geek News Now podcast network. Check us out on Spotify, Podbean, and Apple Podcasts. Make sure to visit geeknewsnow.net for all the latest news from Star Wars, Star Trek, the MCU, and video games. You get fast news all throughout the day. Portions of today's program are sponsored by Metallic Dice Games, your source for premium gaming dice. Whether you want to feel a heavier dice in your hand, the convenience of a mini dice set, or the captivating look of a gemstone, metal, or plastic dice, Metallic Dice Games is ready to help. Visit metallicdicegames.com for a huge selection of dice and dice holders. Use coupon code GNN at checkout and save 10%. And we're also sponsored by Wild Bill's Soda. You know them. You've seen them at fairs and festivals and conventions. They're Wild Bill's Soda stainless steel mugs, tumblers, barrels. It's the best thing to put your ice cold Wild Bill Soda in. Visit wildbillsoda.com for a huge selection, including canned 12 packs of your favorite Wild Bill Soda. That's wildbillsoda.com. This week, we dip back into the pool with writer-director Jeff Dickinson about a new movie set to begin production soon. We'll be right back to find out what it is. This is the Geek and I podcast. Welcome to the Geek and I podcast, brought to you by Sumner Twins Talent. Visit them online, facebook.com/Sumner Twins. So this week, once again, we go back to the well. I don't want to say dipping in again, but I guess we are with writer-director Jeff Dickinson. Jeff, how are you, sir?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
So we hear this movie is coming into production soon, called Harvest Moon. Can you give us a quick little rundown of the backstory of how it started and what it's about?
Well, I could safely say it's a story that's going to be, once again, horror. It's got a wonderful cast. We're very blessed to have some great people aboard. And of course, it's going to be filmed in Colorado. One of the people that we cast that we're very proud of is Robert Englund. And of course, you guys know him from the Freddy Kruger fame.
There's Robert. How'd you manage to land him?
Well, the movie's written by Chris Meredith and Majors. Written by Chris Majors, and then Meredith is working with him on that. And way I heard the story correctly, Lance Henriksen, who is also part of the cast, was working with us in Lake Erie, along with Betsy Baker, who's also going to be with Harvest Moon. And they share, their agents are friends. So the way I was told that, Robert Englund's, manager talked to Lance's manager, and somehow it all worked out.
So what is the synopsis of the film? If you had to, some bullet points, what's the story about? Just quick, don't give anything away, of course, but what?
Well, because I did sign an NDA, all I can safely say is that it's going to be about a story that's kind of taking place with a feel of like the Wicker Man, the original, not the Nicolas Cage version.
Right, right.
And of course, it's I just really can't say really a lot about it outside of what's been already released on the Facebook page and of course IMDb.
All right. So
But
tell me what is out there that the people would like to know about, or what do you think they should know about, since you can't give too much away?
well, without complicating too
How
much,
about this? Can I read the synopsis that's on IMDb?
please do.
Okay. So here's, if you go to IMDb and look up Harvest Moon, it's labeled as a thriller, and it says, after witnessing a murder in the Colorado wilderness, travel photographer Kyle Williamson seeks out local law enforcement only to find that the small mountain town is not what it seems.
That's right. Got a
That
little
sounds,
mystery.
that sounds it. Now, who's playing Mr. Williamson?
Well, Robert's going to be playing the main character. He's going to be running the town, and of course, that's pretty much. I wish I could just dive right into that script here, but no, I can't. But I just don't want to say too much. But like I said, he's playing. He's one of the main characters who's going to run the town, and we can find out a little bit what's going on with the town. Betsy Baker is the fortune teller. She's going to be the one that's going to help the photographer, find out what's really going on with the town.
Now, what is she looks familiar to me. What have I would have seen her in?
You would remember her from the Evil Dead franchise. She was in that.
Okay. Yep. And then who else? Who else do we have in it?
Lance.
Lance. Oh,
Yeah,
Mr.
Right.
Grab the knife in your hand guy.
Yeah, let's play Nimbly Peg. Aliens, one of my favorite films. He that's from what he did, and of course the Pumpkinhead series,
right?
And the Aliens vs. Predator movie. He reprised his role as the original Doctor, not the robot that you saw in Aliens 2. So,
now, was that character based on, like, did he turn himself into what was his name? I don't even remember what his name was.
I don't remember the doctor's name, but I do know that the company that was controlling, when they went out in space and all that, they were digging around, and that's how they found the alien and predator, in this underground like cave, and all hell breaks loose after that. But yeah,
that's the first AVP or the second AVP?
It's the first one they got together, Aliens versus Predator.
And then there was a second one. There was a reboot.
Yeah, the reboot is a lot different. No, he's not in that one. Just the
okay.
Yeah.
So you have, looks like there's one more star listed here on the IMDb page for Harvest Moon, and her name is
Jamie Bernadette.
Jamie Bernadette. What?
Yeah. She's playing Elizabeth, and she's a wonderful soul, a great actress. You may have remembered her from, she did a movie called I Spit on Your Grave, Deja Vu. That also, I believe, had Maria Olsen in there as well. And, that's another film that she did. But she's involved in a lot of great projects, and she's a up-and-coming rising star. You'll be seeing a lot more of her.
Now, I'm looking at the IMDb page again, and it lists under special effects. Can I name that name?
Yes.
Okay. Where is it? Robert Kurtz. I think your tacos are done. Robert Kurtzman.
Yeah, he's a great guy, great artist.
From Dusk Till Dawn fame. Looks like Doctor Sleep he just recently did. Okay.
Yeah, he's a fantastic artist. So, always looking forward to bringing the best and the brightest together to make a phenomenal film.
Now, how did you get involved in this?
That's kind of weird because I was working with Chris and Meredith on Lake Erie. Lance and Betsy was a part of Lake Erie, and of course, when we were involved with that, Chris was mentioning about this. He was storyline he was writing, and we talked about it a little bit. And when he finished the script, he shot me a copy of it, and it's like, wow, this is really, really cool. And he said, well, this is really cool that we got, and he just laid a bombshell on me about Robert and coming in. So very, very excited to meet the gentleman.
So was it just like happenstance, or just he's right place at the right time when you were on this other movie?
Well, I mean, Chris and I and Meredith became great friends over time, and they were curious what I was doing. And I mentioned about the Raven Room Morgue, and we just built this bond and relationship that blossomed. And I'm very blessed and fortunate that they crossed my pathway in life. That they're giving me an opportunity to come aboard and help out in any which way I can to make sure this movie is about as awesome as I believe it's going to be. In my mind, I can just see greatness. So I'm really excited.
Now, when did Lake Erie come out?
That came out, oh man, I don't remember the exact day, but it was a few years ago. They had filmed in Michigan. They had their own house out there that Chris's relatives owned, which is actually haunted. And they filmed the whole movie around that house. And if you haven't seen Lake Erie, it's on all of your streaming services. Just type in Lake Erie with like Erie with 2 E's, and you'll come across that trailer in there.
Now the Lake Erie, Eerie. Okay,
Right.
I think. All right.
Like Scary Erie. Little play on words because there's an actual Lake Erie there. So.
And that was Chris Majors that directed that also.
Yeah, he directed. That was his director debut. That was written by Meredith Majors, and that was something that, once again, reading the script, these guys, their imagination is excellent, and it really, really intrigued me. And like I said, over time, going backwards and forwards with our different ideals and what we're working on, and collaborating and talking about things, it's really nice to see great, honest people. They're straight up, about as honest and forward as you could get in this industry, and that's very rare that I can say.
Now it looks like he's got a couple of credits under his belt as a special effects artist also.
Yes, well, both Chris and Meredith worked in the industry. Chris did a lot of special effects stuff. Well, worked as special effects stuff, and Meredith was a stunt double for Angela Jolie in that Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Mm-hmm.
So she was Angela Jolie's stunt double. And after a while working in the industry on sets, they decided, hey, we could do this ourselves. We could build our own, team and write our own stories and make our own movies. And that's where we're at today.
That sounds pretty neat. Is there anything else you got coming down the pipeline? Any other movies? How's the work on on the work front? Writing and stuff.
Well, I'm always developing different story ideals and outlines. Of course, my main thing is to concentrate on Harvest Moon right now because that's the thing we're working on currently. So, yeah, that's pretty much.
That's being held up by the Corona and the COVID.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And when was that supposed to start filming?
Well, it's supposed to have been in the works this year, like I said, and like I mentioned to you in the past, but now it's on hold a little bit till we figure out how we can be able to film this safely. Of course, working with other people's schedules. Robert's still a busy guy. Lance and Betsy still have their stuff going on. So trying to make everything happen. Chris is, working on that currently.
Right.
Right. But do you have to have a special trailer for the boys and girls out there for Harvest Moon? There we go.
Hi, I'm Chris Majors, and I'm the writer and director of Harvest Moon.
Hi, and I'm Meredith Majors. I'm the producer.
Harvest Moon is a thriller set in the mountainous landscape of Colorado. The story of Harvest Moon centers around Kyle, a travel photographer witnessing a grisly murder deep in the Colorado wilderness. I'm inspired by Stanley Kubrick. I like building tension through atmosphere, not quick cuts and jump scares. I'm also inspired by Robin Hardy's The Wicker Man, where the fear is found in the inner demons of real human behavior. There will be no ghosts or grungy-haired little girls in Harvest Moon. The 1973 version of The Wicker Man, not the Nicolas Cage version. Never the Nicolas Cage version.
As you can see from the opening sequence, we have an amazing location.
That's right. Our cinematographer worked for years as a location scout to both Ridley and Tony Scott, and he has helped us find incredible places to shoot Harvest Moon. And now to introduce our special effects supervisor.
I've been doing special makeup effects, film directing, and producing for 28 years now, and do creatures and monsters and special prosthetic makeups and human and animal replicas, animatronics. I've produced and directed a few movies, including The Wishmaster, and a Deadly Impact, Buried Alive, and a film that we shot back here in Ohio called The Rage.
And tell them about our amazing cast.
Oh, absolutely. We are thrilled to have such an amazing cast comprised of legendary icons in the horror genre. We've called in every favor we've ever had to get these actors. Talents like these will elevate the quality of every film they're in.
That's right. And the coolest part is you can meet them. Check out our amazing perks below and join us for VIP red carpet events, or come to set and have lunch with our amazing cast and crew.
To recap, we have an incredible location, top-of-the-line equipment, a crew of experienced industry professionals, a cast of A-list actors, and a great story. But without your help, none of this is possible.
That's right, we need your help. So please contribute today. Anything helps us get to the finish line. And also, please share with your friends and family. Kickstarter makes it really easy with all the tools below.
Thank you for taking the time to check out Harvest Moon. Please, join us on this ride.
We can't do it without you.
Now, is that the actual location?
Well, that's one of them, yes. And it'll be filmed throughout different areas in Colorado, but it's a beautiful area out there. And that's one of the things that Chris mentioned to me, that they fell in love immediately with just the surroundings and the vibe. And because it's supposed to represent a small town, and that forest is supposed to be phenomenal to film in the areas that they found to represent that. So yes, I'm excited for it. And I just can't wait to be on the set and just checking it out. I mean, this is going to be awesome.
Well, hopefully soon we all clear up and things get back to normal, or some semblance of normal. What do you say?
Best we can. We're going to be safe. We can keep our actors safe, but at the same time, we can have fun. And the main thing is to have fun while you make the movie.
Making movies should be fun.
Oh, yes.
It should. All right. Well, thank you, Jeff, for joining us and talking Harvest Moon tonight. I really appreciate your time. And like I said last time, anytime you want to come on and talk about something, I was checking out your YouTube channel a couple of days ago, and looks like you got a couple of new funky little toys, some Batman stuff, and we'll bring you back on in a couple of weeks and talk more of your collection. How's that sound?
Sounds awesome. Thank you for the time.
All right. Thank you, Jeff. We'll see you next time. Have a good night. All right. Thank you very much for joining us on the Geek and I podcast, brought to you by Sumner Twins Talent. Visit them at facebook.com/Sumner Twins. And don't forget, for news and information, visit geeknewsnow.net. And you can find us on the web at facebook.com Geek and I Podcast. Once again, thanks for joining us. We will see you next time, hear you next time, and hopefully talk to you next time. This is the Geek and I.